And I'm back and I'm black. So, topic of the day: where were you when I needed you? That is a topic that I'll delve into further. The one thing that I've always been delving into and the big thought process is what makes black people turn into the self hating people that we are, a lot of us today? What turns us into the self hating coons and bedwinches and self loathing people that we have come to be? Um, and the recovery process that some of us had is somewhat harder. Well, I can honestly tell you just by listening to some people's videos and my own experience is that it leads to one event in our lives. That traumatic experience when another black person harms us in some way. It's one thing to have someone else do something, hurt us, take advantage of us, sexually abuse us, verbally abuse us, or betray us in some way. It's another to have someone that looks like you to harm you in a way to where it causes you to run away from self. See, whenever I want to get into the history of a person's psychology, of where they are in their development as far as being conscious, there's always a time where they weren't and they have coonery or bedbug ways. That comes in when they didn't have a certain level of awakening, and really that equates to them not having black people to associate with, them not having camaraderie, them not having someone to mentor, look up to. When you have white, Mexican, or other people to look up to for camaraderie, support, respect, and acceptance and approval, you will go to those people. When us as society have no other black folks to go to to elevate us, to encourage us, to influence us, to inspire us, to come to, and then when we look for it, it causes, or just not be accepted all the better by the community. It causes, like people like me, it caused us to look for it somewhere else. And I said this before. For me, my root cause of my hatred, well, past, not present. For me, rejecting and not embracing black people was the fact that it was abandonment and revenge. I was one of the social awkward cats, was not really accepted socially. So it caused me to reject my own people. And this is what I see in others. I always look for that. Like, what's that moment? I was listening to a video, Tree of Logic. She was doing an interview with the girl named Lana Locktef, I think her name is. And she said something very disturbing. And I was like, okay, now I understand Tree of Logic. Tree, you you said you, and I might send this to you, I don't know. You said you love white people. And it's not that, and when a black person says they love white people in America, and pay attention to that, they're telling people something. Considering the social dynamic that white people and black people have with each other historically in this country, the basic psychology of the underlying of the love was basically a breakdown of an African person being broke down to the psychology of a dog, and then being forced and broken to love its master. Some of us still have that today. I like white people, but I can't. But if I say I love them all, And that's saying like I love all of them, and it's not that type of love. It's not that, man, I like white folks. I love white folks. You know, kind of like they cool. You know, if I say it, it would be something different. But when someone says burning, it's like it's like saying you're a Chihuahua and you love its master. It's like that. Now we all have friends or associates. You know, I have a white best friend, or some of you might have a white girlfriend or white boy, whatever. But the thing is, when you have equated with it, when you delve into psychology of that type of like a dog master type of love, that's where it gets disturbing, because you're getting into that Stockholm syndrome, or you identify with your abuser. But in a slavery chattel type of way, like the cow loves the person who loved it, like a cat loves its owner, kind of like that. That's what we were psychology reduced to. And once you get out of that, well, then you start to delve into other the psychology changes in different it's like a lion being taught to behave, and then once you're like, wait, I'm a lion, then you turn to attack. That's what it turned into. But it's like you're blind to the fact that it's in that case, like it's like I have some, you know, I have some white best friends, you know, I've known for years. That's not the same as what I see in Tree. It's like because thing is, and I make this video basically because they're here. She said that she loves white people, but she also believes in the racial IQ, that the average white person is smarter than the average black person. She believes in that Nazi white supremacist ideology, and this is what I find disturbing. She brainwashed into the fact that black people are inherently dysfunctional, combative, violent, and can't function without the help of, you know, white people or some other people. And she conveniently overlooks the fact that Africans don't come like that over here. We were taught to act like functional, dependent animals. Not independent, but dependent animals. And we never got over that. Apparently, it's been resurfaced in her through some type of traumatic experience where she had a fallout or a bad relationship with her parents. She talks not too good with her dad and her mom. I don't have that type of dynamic with my parents. See, I don't know what it is. I don't know where she stays at. But the thing is, when you say that, we have to get to the root causes of these problems, these nuances that we have. It's okay to respect white people. It's okay to if they've earned it, you know. It's okay to trust them if they've earned it. It's okay to have a white best friend under normal circumstances, to if it were like mutual respect and trust. You can love this person of their character, but it's another when you have that type of plantation. I'm looking around because I don't want to listen to comments. It's one thing if you have that 1858 I love master type of love. That is some sick sort of masochistic shit. See, I'm glad I never turned into her. You know, I have one of my best friends, you know. I would say it's a white dude. His name is I got a couple of them, but I mean, I say listen when I'm cool with. I'll say my boy Sean. You love this dude, you know. You cool, man. I love my boy Sean. You know, he's the homie, you know. But or or someone I know who I talk to a lot. You know, I went to college with this girl named Roxy. She's Italian, and for a while, it's like she's kind of like a little kid to me. I was like 26, she was 19, so I was like, yeah, kind of like my little sister. I always talk to treat her like that. After a while, I knew her for a couple years. She's like, okay, I'll be my little brother. That is something to where it's something different. You see, that's like, okay, you're gonna be my little sister. I like to call her, what's up, sis? How you doing? She's cool. And she's actually to be quite honest, she's actually with a black guy, black Puerto Rican dude. Kind of. So it's kind of like, oh well, not too far off. So it's kind of like but that's something. That's not like that's a person. You got love for the person, but you have love for an entire race of people, and it's not even on a they've done more for me than black folks type of shit. It's more like I love them because I think they are the world, they are my gods type of shit. That is that evil sadomasochist type of love. Okay, you know what I mean? And you need to get out of that. That's some sick masochistic shit. Very sick, very brainwashed. And to actually see what it looks like in 2018 is quite sad and scary that even some of us would have it. The Don Lemons, the Candace, not the Candace. Candace is a little different. I think she's smart. She's playing defense. She's playing people. The Brandon Tatums of the world, yeah. Because the thing is, there's this guy named Brandon Tatum. He argues with a guy named Brashawn Bond. Brashawn Bond, I think he's more of a Facebooker than a YouTuber. They both have white girlfriends, wives. Both of them have white children. The difference is, I think Brashawn is more conscious. Like I know. Yeah, he's a white girl. He's compromised. I'm saying he's different. His mentality is more. Black folks didn't get this on their own, and he's more on the conscious side. Brandon is more on the coonery side, like Fox News, kind of like. Let me think. Like, let's say he's more. Basically, he's like kind of like a LeVar Ball, but he kind of like a LeVar Ball. I think like he has kids with a white woman, but he's still like, I'm a black man. I didn't forget that. Brandon forgot that he was a brother. He's like, oh, I'm black. I'm American. I'm not black. I'm American. Kind of like that. I'm not black. I'm Christian. I'm not black. He's like that. He forgot that he a black man. That's some bullshit. And I want to delve into the psychology of why we get the way they do, because I feel like I've been through that type of mindset. So I have an insight that I think a lot of black men don't have. Actually, let me take that back. They do have it, but I don't think they've explored it and kind of in depth with it. So I feel that it needs to be said, especially for the brothers. There's a lot of sisters who explain their development. You can go watch the videos of freaking Melissa Ortiz and Cynthia Jean, China Foxes of the world, to get the perspective of females. I think I want to bring in the psychology of the men. I want to like, what happened to us? Because there's not a lot of black men explaining that. At least not in the way from which I think the sisters are explaining. So I basically want to put it out there so we're clear of why the men, like the Stephen Clarks of the world, the David Clarks of the world, psychologically turn into the people they are, so we can prevent it. And my ultimate goal is to prevent the whole black populace, if they have these tendencies of self-hatred and stuff like that, is to change before it's too late for them, before you turn into the Stephen Clarks and the Tree of Logics of the world. But that's my spill. Oh, and the title, Where Were You When I Needed You? A lot of that, what creates a Stephen Clark or a Tree of Logic, is because when other black folks, when they needed you, you're not only now I understand we don't have much, and if we do, we don't use it or we mismanage it, our social camaraderie. But when you ain't there for black people who need you, they go look for it somewhere else. When a brother needs you, when a sister needs you, when them kids need you, and they have no one to go to, they will go for everyone else, and they don't have their best interests at heart, and stuff like that. Those 4 kids that died, Devontae Hart and his 3 siblings, but those 2 lesbian women that went off a cliff in the van and killed them. When them black kids didn't have no black folks to go to, we could have prevented stuff like that. So the thing is, I know this is a hard question, and most will spit in my face and consider me a fucking coon. That is this message for you. Nigga, fuck you. Where the fuck were you? Sister, where the fuck were you when your little sister needed you? Now she's looking at someone else and being slapped up with all type of nigga bitches. Which is why I want to bring the question, where were you when they needed you? Don't you dare get mad when they go look for it for somewhere else when you didn't give it to them. And when they asked you, no. So I want to be there for those people and be the beacon of guidance to them a little bit. But that's all I got to say. I'm going to get off before I ram. See y'all in the next video.